Introduction to NASA's Artemis program. NASA's Artemis program is a human exploration program that includes sending astronauts, including the first person of color and first woman, to the moon. The program is named after the Greek goddess of the moon, Artemis. The program includes many challenging parts, including the development of a new spacecraft called the Orion, which will be used to transport astronauts to and from the moon. The program will also involve the construction of a new space station, called the Gateway, which will orbit the moon and serve as a base for operations. The Artemis program is an important part of NASA's plans to send humans to Mars in the 2030s. The program will help to develop the technology and infrastructure needed for a long-term human presence on the red planet. Why is NASA going back to the moon? NASA says they are going back to the moon for scientific discovery, economic benefits, and inspiration for a new generation of explorers, the Artemis generation. While maintaining American leadership in exploration, we will build a global alliance and explore deep space for the benefit of all. NASA is going back to the moon as part of its plans to eventually send humans to Mars. The moon is seen as a good testbed for developing the technology and infrastructure needed for a long-term human presence on Mars. The moon is also a good place to test new spacecraft and other systems that will be needed for a Mars mission. How will the Artemis program achieve this? The Artemis program will reuse many parts from the Space Shuttle program, which was shut down under Barack Obama in 2011. Initially as the development of a new spacecraft called the Orion. The Orion will be used to transport astronauts to and from the moon. The second part is the construction of a new space station, called the Gateway, which will orbit the moon and serve as a base for operations. The third part is the development of new technologies and systems that will be needed for a long-term human presence on Mars. What challenges does the project face? The Artemis project faces a number of challenges, including the development of new technologies, the construction of new infrastructure, and the fundraising of the necessary funds. What is the current status of the Artemis program? The Artemis program just launched the first mission, Artemis 1, on November 16, 2022 and is currently orbiting the moon before returning to Earth after the estimated 25-day mission. The next mission, Artemis 2, will launch in 2023 and will be the first of the Artemis missions that will be crewed with astronauts. Artemis 3 will launch in 2024 and is planned to land on the moon for the first time in over 50 years. In conclusion, the Artemis program is an important part of NASA's plans to send humans to Mars in the 2030s. The program will help to develop the technology and infrastructure needed for a long-term human presence on the red planet. Thank you for watching this video and I hope you found this video informative. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below.